So we're here at ODO, and I'm here with Hoskenhouse.
Yep.
The sleep is starting to catch up with me here. The wheels are turning, they're a little gummed up. So how's the show going for you so far?
Fantastic. I got here about 10 o'clock this morning. Locally from the area. They didn't have one last year, and I was really disappointed. So I've been anticipating for 2 years being able to come in, take part. Was able to bring my son with me, who's really been into modeling lately, and it's just a fantastic experience and like meeting up with fantastic people.
Yeah, awesome. So how long have you been building?
Going on about 3 years.
3 years. Mm-hmm. And how long have you been competitively building, I guess?
This is probably my first in-person second in-person competition.
Okay.
First IPMS event.
Sure.
So this is it.
Did you bring any builds?
Yes.
Obviously, I think I've seen a few of yours. Do you want to show them to us and talk about them a little bit?
So I brought two. So I brought the 1/100 grade Sakuzaku for the Universal Century category.
Yep.
Put that one on the table. A build that was number one on my to-do list for probably about 2 years.
Okay.
Put everything I could into it. Was very proud of it.
Right.
And thought, why not bring that?
Sure.
Put it on the table.
Yeah.
It's a great talking piece, if nothing else.
Yeah.
And then I brought my newest build because I just finished it in time for the 144 Universal Century, which is the high new Gundam, real grade, in a Imperial Japanese Navy color scheme. Because I love aircraft, like Japanese especially, from World War II, the color schemes, the insignias, love it. So I thought, high new, it's got a flight, it's got fin funnels, like missiles on an airplane, let's just go with that theme. So did that, like I said, just finished it. I felt like it came out pretty good, so I was like, why not put that on the table and fill up 2 categories.
Yeah,
so that's what I brought out today.
Super cool. So you probably kind of already answered it. I was going to say, was there anything special about those that you wanted to highlight, but you kind of went through them all. And I'm just catching up to that now.
That's all right.
So look at the table so far, and that's going on, what other builds have you seen? Like, what would be your heavy favorites for taking places today?
Man, to be honest, the turnout is amazing. I would not want to be a judge, I'll tell you that, because just the level and quality of builds on this table it's really impressive, and that people came out for this and put these things on the table. But standouts for me, obviously there's a big imposing perfect grade on the table.
Sure.
From Stardust Memory. You not look at it, it's wonderful, it's weathered beautifully. I really like RX-78-2 designs. I think for me, the Origin, with the desert camo scheme, real military colors, beautiful, right up my alley. So if I was judging, that's probably would draw my eye.
Sure.
That would probably be a top pick for me. But fantastic, the black and gold size, beautiful. The rifle on it, I don't know if it's a resin conversion add-on rifle, but it's really cool detail on that. For the other ones, just look at it, it's stunning. Like, it's such a wide variety of showcased builds. I don't know if I could pick one for the non-Universal Century, because it's like apples and oranges. I just don't know. You get everything from like a semi-scratch built dinosaur Gundam to Gundam Seed. You even got Gundam Age on the table. I don't know. I don't think I could pick a favorite out of those. As far as the 144s down there, I haven't even had time to look at a lot of them because the table's been so crowded, and then judging started. So I'm trying to make my way back. There's a couple that I spotted earlier. I'd like to go back and take a second look.
Sure, definitely. I guess the one other question I'll ask you is, when I asked that same question to other people, your builds came up quite often for a lot of people. So that's really cool. So with that, being that this is your first IPMS show, what would be your advice going into one of these? Because if you're being considered a heavy favorite by other people, then you must be doing something right. So what would you give your advice to the person who's going into their first IPMS show to make their best first showing, from your perspective, having just stepped in there like one step ahead of them?
That's a great question, because I think my philosophy is, and I'm sure most people identify with this, typically you're your own worst enemy.
Sure.
So if you're filled with doubt, if you my advice is to just first of all just do it.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter like what level you think you are. If you get something on the table, be proud of it.
Right.
Like you put your work into it, be proud of it. But you're going to get so much good feedback, trade ideas.
Sure.
My advice is just go for it. And if it's a color scheme you got in your head because it's something you just like or something you've always wanted to do, go for it.
Right.
I was like, key number one, main goal, show up.
Right.
Just show up and put it on the table, and it's an experience you'll never forget, and you're going to be a better person at the end of it, a better builder at the end of it. No questions asked.
Awesome. Cool. I think that's all I got.
Okay.
So,
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, appreciate it.